All rise for the jury.
A small town, a buried secret, and a moment that changes everything. In the shadows of ordinary life, desperation takes hold, and one hidden truth can ripple through a community like wildfire. Fear spreads, suspicion grows, and questions that may never be answered linger in every corner. Once the secret's out, though, nothing's ever going to be the same. Welcome back to another episode of Justice 4. We are your host.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sam. Okay, I gotta give you guys a fair warning right now. Okay? We're gonna get very heated during this episode. I was heated showing pictures, writing this. And I know y'all are gonna get heated because of this.
Get ready.
But before we get you heated, shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
We've been doing this. You guys know what's going on. Go follow our socials. Please like us everywhere. Insta, Facebook, TikTok, wherever we are.
Everywhere. Apple, Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah.
We release so many great things.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy our merch. It's out.
Yay.
It's beautiful. It's new. Get you a new cup to wet yourself with. And also, our really big, exciting news that we've announced a little bit is that we're doing our first live show at Painting with a Twist off Powers Constitution in Colorado Springs.
Oh, I'm so excited.
October 28th. We are going to do their True Crime and Wine Night. Mm-hmm. It is $30 for your ticket. Your ticket comes with a free drink and $30 towards your DIY project. They have a bunch of different things. I think I saw candles on there, wood, like woodworking.
Yeah, they have like panels and stuff. Mm-hmm. It looks cool.
There's something else I saw on there today and I forgot. And you do regular paintings, but there's instructions for all of it, and we will be bringing you a brand new episode.
And we're going to be there in person, in the flesh. That sounded dirty. Just reading this to you guys.
It's a spooky time.
It's going to be a really good time. However, if you want to come, you do have to participate in crafts.
Yes. Okay. And we will have the link below in this episode, and we're also going to have posts and stuff about it on all of our social medias, as well as like a YouTube post as well. Mm-hmm.
We may have set a different price in a different recording. The one today is the correct one.
Yes.
So check all the links for the correct actual information.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
All right. Now let's make you mad. This is a pretty controversial case that we're going to be discussing today. And I do want to throw another trigger warning in here just in case, because we are going to be speaking about the death of a baby. It's not graphic, like a graphic case by any means, but I know some of our listeners, our jury members, have issues with, like, when it comes to children and babies and the death of that, like that. So please listen at your own discretion.
Yes.
Our story takes place in Carlisle, Ohio, a tiny, tight-knit, where everyone knows everyone kind of town. And appearances basically are the currency of your life.
Oh, so like pageant queens and everything, almost like...
Yeah. Carlisle is one of those small Midwestern towns that looks like it could be lifted straight from a postcard. Quiet streets, neatly trimmed lawns, kids riding their bikes after school, the smell of fresh-cut grass on warm days.
I got it. Small town vibes. Everybody knows everybody. Yep. Everything's appearances. And there's secrets everywhere, I bet.
Population-wise, it's tiny. It's only about 5,000 people.
Okay.
But in a town like that, everyone knows everyone. You can't walk to the grocery store or a local diner without someone whispering a comment about your family, your grades, or what your parents do for a living. It's the kind of place where Friday night football is sacred.
And it's only high school.
High school games aren't just sporting events. They're town rituals. Everyone has their role, whether you're the star quarterback, the cheerleader, the band kid, or just the kid quietly sitting in the bleachers. Churches play a huge part too. There's a subtle but perversive pressure to look good on the outside, even if things are messy behind closed doors. The schools are small, and that means rumors travel fucking fast.
Oh, yeah.
If someone is absent, people notice. If a girl stops showing up to cheer practice or starts dressing differently, it's immediately a topic being whispered. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone passes it along, often with a little exaggerated like exaggeration for, flair and effect. I know that was a lot, but I had to paint a picture of what we're getting ourselves into today.
And the type of community it is.
It plays a big part in this. Okay? And right in the middle of this quiet little town is the Richardson family.
Yeah.
Scott and Kim Richardson were the kind of parents people pointed to as perfect. Scott was he was the quiet, dependable accountant. Steady, practical, the kind of guy who just kept the house running without ever being flashy. Kim was a teacher, very polished, meticulous, and the kind of mom who made sure her kids always looked perfect and kept up with their social calendar.
Oh, I know these moms.
They have a son named Jackson who played football and a daughter named Brooke, but she went by Skylar. And she was a cheerleader.
It's always a cheerleader.
Football and cheerleader.
It's always a cheerleader.
Mm-hmm. To outsiders, it was the ideal family. Successful parents, 2 kids, tiny suburban home with picture-perfect smiles. I bet at this point some of y'all know who the hell we're talking about today. Someone we have mentioned many, many times on this podcast.
I can't even count how many times you have brought her up.
I've brought her up so many fucking times.
So many times. You've been wanting to do this episode for so long.
I really have, but now that I'm doing it, I'm so mad.
Yes. And that's so why it took so long for you to do it, because you were so mad about it.
I'm so, emotional about this specific case.
She's got the passion.
I do. But we are finally doing an episode on Skylar Richardson.
So, let's get mad.
Girl, I'm already mad. All right. Let me tell you about Skylar, y'all. Skylar is a cute blonde, very petite, and of course the typical cheerleader, but she at least has the grades to make
Back
up for it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knew her. Everyone liked her. She was described as shy, socially fragile, and deeply worried about appearances. But she seemed perfect. But those who really knew her said, again, she was painfully shy, anxious, and just completely obsessed with her body image. She had long battled eating disorders and was constantly terrified of disappointing her parents, specifically her mother. Kim, her mom, was very hard on her, especially about her physical image. Actually, when Skylar was 12, she told her friends and her parents that she wouldn't buy gum or have a stick of gum because it had 5 calories in it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
12. She was 12.
At 12?
Yes.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's like Nicole trying to pull that shit.
Yeah.
She did take her cheerleading very seriously, but when the off season was happening, she was actually binging and purging.
Oh, yeah, I can see, yeah.
She was binging on the off season, and then she would start purging right before the season started. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There were even reports that her mother would tell her to take laxatives so she would stay thin.
Oh, mommy dearest,
yep.
Huh?
She was then diagnosed with body dysmorphia.
I bet.
Crazy. Fucking
wild,
crazy, right?
You know.
So the body dysmorphia is kind of a critical piece because it explains a lot about what is coming next.
Well, yeah, and then plus all the pressure from her mom and just setting up that pressure cooker of a family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the details about her mom being so.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's a lot, and at a very young age.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't think I mentioned it at all, but at the time of this story that I'm currently telling you, she is 17, about to be 18.
Okay.
Okay. In July of 2016, the summer before her senior year, Skylar was dating one of her friend's cousins. His name is Trey, but court documents called him CJ, which I don't know, that's strange. But Skylar and everyone else calls him Trey, so I'm going to call him Trey so there's no mix-up.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. They ended up breaking up right before school started. No biggie. Whatever. They didn't go to the same school. But then she met Brandon in January of 2017.
Okay.
He was a junior and like I'm not kidding, like a foot and a half taller than her. I think I showed you guys the picture of it. It was kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Scott and Kim actually really liked Brandon. They said he was very sweet, polite, and treated Skylar really well. They also noticed that Skylar had actually started to gain some weight since being with him. She looked very healthy, and they assumed it was because she was now in a healthy relationship.
I'm surprised her mom let her do that. Not the healthy relationship, gain weight.
Okay, I need to interject really quick. I'm on your side about this. Don't get me wrong, okay? During an interview I was watching with her, she was like, I was so worried about her and her weight, and I was just so worried. She was so skinny, I couldn't believe it. Ma'am?
Okay.
Why are you asking her to take laxatives? Why are you saying anything about your daughter's...
I get it.
Okay. So anyway, in February of 2017, she went and tried on prom dresses.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Did I say prime or prom?
Can you kind of both a little bit?
It's just one of those days. Of course, you have to have the perfect prom dress. The perfect dress for the perfect girl.
What it makes me think of is nowadays with the TikToks where it's like the towns who have to put like the dress on hold and make sure that like nobody else in the same school has the same dress. I know 2016 it was not that cutthroat, but in this kind of town, I feel like we had a similar vibe going on when finding the dress, but I love those TikToks.
That's crazy.
Of like the drama over the high school and like multiple girls having the same dress.
I loved seeing someone wearing the same dress as me because we bonded. Like I don't care. I don't care.
I agree. Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
Whatever. This is too much. So she found a beautiful red mermaid style dress. It had a corset tie in the back as well. And I will say she did actually look very gorgeous in it.
She did look really good in it. Mm-hmm. It's an ugly ass dress, but she looked very gorgeous in it.
Fair. I don't like strapless dresses.
The ruffles are off. It's not even. It's not symmetrical.
It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, but could we have done it in a better way?
Maybe it's supposed to be that way, Jay.
It's fine.
Anyway, in March of 2017, her family took a vacation for spring break where Skylar wore a bikini while at the beach. Here's some pictures. Brandon came with them. Here's some pictures.
Yeah. Look at those.
Yay. April 26, 2017. Specific date this time. Kim was starting to notice how much Brandon and Skylar are starting to get serious. So she scheduled an appointment with a gynecologist for her. Since Skylar is now 18 at this time, Kim stays in the waiting room while Skylar goes back to see the doctor.
I'm very impressed that she did that because she seems like way too overbearing of a mom to let that happen.
She didn't have a choice.
Oh, nice. Oh,
crazy.
Yeah.
How HIPAA violations come into play here.
True. Yeah, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind, guys. If you have never been to the OBGYN before, the doctor makes you take a pregnancy test to see if you are or aren't pregnant, so they don't do anything to harm the child if there is one.
Yeah.
What they do to us with no painkillers, though, is traumatic. Yeah.
My doctor's really good at it, so it's fine.
But like, imagine what they do, like, if you were pregnant, though. That I feel, that's bad. I feel like that's bad. Actually, how was it?
Okay, so listen. Thank you. I was waiting for you to realize that I've gone through this. So when you're like first pregnant in like the very beginning, like I went in when I was like right after I missed my first period, so I was really early on. And I have only seen in movies where they had like the ultrasound wand on like the stomach. No.
Oh no,
do you know what they do? They stick the whole wand up and in there, and I was not ready for that. Nobody warned me about that. I was 21. It was shocking. So I mean, I guess that maybe could be a little traumatic, but we didn't need painkillers for that. I just wasn't expecting that.
They did that to me when they were checking me for endometriosis.
Oh yes, I've heard they use that for that as well. But yeah, other than that, it's not crazy. But yeah, I just wasn't expecting that.
Okay, when you're 18, your very first time.
I mean,
I did it before I was 18, but the first time's still traumatic. Okay. Anyway, they made Skylar take a pregnancy test, and wouldn't you know it, guys? Skylar's pregnant.
Was she like super pregnant or barely pregnant?
Pregnant AF, no cap,
Oh,
is what I have written down.
super pregnant, guys. If you couldn't tell by those pictures we told you to look at a couple minutes ago, what we were insinuating over here looking in those pictures.
Yeah. To be exact, she's 8 months pregnant.
Oh, damn.
8 months.
Mm-hmm. And mid-April?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
End of April, April 26th. Can you, like, imagine being a teenager, like, weeks from graduating and getting this information?
Well, I don't think she just got this information,
Me
but
neither. Me neither.
I think that she now has this information very much in front of her face and can't deny it.
It's confirmed
Yeah.
to her. Yeah. Her doctor urged her to tell someone, literally anyone. But Skylar broke down crying. She begged her doctor not to tell anyone, especially her mom.
Yeah.
She did somehow convince him to still give her a birth control prescription, though, so she could show it to her mom.
I'm impressed with that one. That's intriguing.
Me too. Me too. We're going to remember this,
We'll go
though.
back to that.
Remember this.
Okay.
Please hold on to this information. The doctor did agree to it as long as she promised to come back for care and so they could check on the baby.
Okay.
As she walked out to her mom, Kim could tell she was crying, and Skylar was just like, oh, it was just a traumatic experience. And like, she's like, I'll be fine. Here's my birth control prescription. Will you please call it in for me? I'm not kidding. She did that. And Kim believed her because, like, fuck yeah, it's kind of a traumatic thing. It is.
Well, yeah, but also, like, that's just wild that she got that birth control prescription. Like,
I can't believe that.
That's wild.
I can't believe that. Like,
what kind of OBGYN does
I don't know if you heard either. I said him.
Oh, yeah. No, that tracks.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I skipped over that part. That definitely helps out.
I am not trying to bash a male in this profession.
But, like, make that make sense, please.
Anyway, on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. How fun would it be to have prom on Cinco de Mayo?
I mean, it would kind of suck for the kids because they can't drink, but for us, it'd be a great time as chaperones because we could go get tacos and margaritas before prom.
Brother, how great would that have been? Anyway, May 5th, prom has arrived. Prom tonight. Sorry. Anyway, Skylar and Brandon are all dressed up, matching, of course, and they take the typical prom pictures in front of the fireplace. She's wearing the red dress that I told you about earlier. They go, they have a great time at prom. It was the perfect prom night for them. Oh, and guess what? She still didn't tell Brandon that she's 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Crazy. I also read somewhere, I only found like a couple of articles that said it though, so I don't know how real it was, that she apparently left prom early because she wasn't feeling good.
I actually remember reading that when this story first came out and stuff, and like in other stuff that I have seen, that she did go home sick early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that detail from when this was happening, so yes.
May 7th, 2 days later.
Okay.
She gives birth alone in her bathroom. She later told investigators that the baby never cried, never moved, and it was very white in color. She thought her daughter was a stillborn. In panic, she wrapped the baby in a towel, went outside, and buried her in a shallow grave near the family fire pit. She even put flowers from her corsage that Brandon gave her on top of the grave.
What?
Yeah, the spot she buried her in, she could actually see that spot from her bedroom window.
I do remember that piece.
She then went upstairs, cleaned up the bathroom, and went to bed.
What the fuck? Wait, where was her overbearing helicopter mom Kim this whole time?
Asleep.
Oh,
she apparently can sleep fine.
Through all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in the house did. Not a single person woke up.
Okay.
I don't understand. The morning of May 7th, so like, I'm not kidding, 11:30, Skylar went to the gym and took this picture I'm sorry for listeners and people not watching the YouTube video.
But it will be on all of our socials and the website, so just go ahead and click below and find it.
It's a mirror selfie. You'll know exactly which one I'm talking about.
And that's like, okay, I remember myself postpartum like that quickly. That's it.
Ugh.
You still look pregnant.
Yeah.
You still have it all right there. Like, I was like, why is it still there? And the nurse just laughed and laughed and laughed at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
It's crap. You look pregnant for like weeks after. It's stupid.
Basically, it's a picture of her in her sports bra at the gym hours after she had a baby. So then she decided to, text this picture to her mother.
I really want to know if she actually worked out, though, because there's no way. There's no way after that. I could barely walk to the bathroom.
I don't know. I have some thoughts on this, and we'll do this during our discussion period.
I wanted to cry just peeing after I gave birth, so I don't know how the heck she put that on and went to the gym.
I have thoughts.
We'll get into that.
We're gonna come back. So this is what the text said to her mother. Quote, "I'm literally speechless with how happy I am my belly is back. Oh my God." She said, OMG. "I am never, ever, ever, ever letting it get like this again. You're about to see me looking freaking better than ever. OMG." And her mother replied to her, quote, "That is what I'm talking about. Way to be, great attitude. It paid off. I am so, so proud. You will look amazing at school tomorrow." End quote.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Now, personally, looking back at all the photos that I've shown you from their beach trip and prom, and even the picture at the gym, in the beach pictures, I wouldn't look at that and be like, yep, she's pregnant.
The only reason that I look at that picture and go, yep, she's pregnant, is because Mackenzie from Teen Mom 2, she has like a whole 8-pack, and with her pregnancy with twins, she had that 8-pack on there for like half of that pregnancy, and you could see that, like, her abs pushed to the front. That's how I looked at that, and I was like, I've seen that before.
Have you ever seen a super fit woman when they are pregnant? That's literally my next line.
Yeah, like legitimately,
They basically look like they're just kind of bloated.
With their ab lines are still on top of their. Yeah. It's weird.
They don't have this like huge pregnant belly like most women. Like when you think of a pregnant woman, that's not what they look like.
No.
If we saw these photos before we knew the entire story, maybe our perception might be a little different. But me personally, when I see the prom picture and when I see the picture of her at the gym, I see it. I know.
The prom picture, without knowing, you would think that maybe she was like a little bloated, like a little bit tight. But the other pictures, I was like, definitely, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
However, we have to remember, though, she had an eating disorder. A bad one.
Yeah, so everybody should have known.
So she was super, super, super tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny. Built like my pinky. I'm pretty sure my thigh is bigger than her entire body.
Yes.
Yeah. So, life has moved on. She's back to working out. She graduates high school. She's getting ready to attend the University of Cincinnati. And her secret is safe. And she can just continue on with life.
It must have been like, she was already like shy and like anxiety ridden as it was. Could you imagine now?
Hell no.
Like, I can't imagine the panic that lived within her that whole time.
Yeah. Probably not that much panic considering what happens. Are you ready?
Yeah.
At the beginning of July, so 2 months later, Skylar goes back to the OBG that she went to before.
Yeah, because he's a dumbass, so I would go back there too.
Well, she had to get a refill on her birth control. Mm-hmm. And I thought you could always just call it in. I never...
Well, when you get it for the first time, you have to go back and see them so they can, like, check on how everything's going.
That makes total sense. It's been so long, dude. I guess that makes total sense.
That was my first thought for her, having to go back to check on it, see how soon they need to adjust anything or...
So the doctor looks at her and goes, "Hey, where's the baby?" And she proceeds to tell him everything that happened that early morning on May 7th, that she birthed it and buried it.
Wait, she told him that?
Uh-huh. Then she gets her birth control and leaves. Like, see you later. Thanks, doctor.
And then he mandatory reports this shit?
The doctor, who I can't even begin to understand how they felt at this moment, being legally obligated, contacted the police.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
I want to know how many nurses in that office called it when that happened.
We love dumb criminals.
We do. It's on our website.
Fucking idiots, man. On July 14th, police come to the Richardson house and request Skylar to come down to the station. They told Scott, quote, she isn't in any trouble. They just need to talk to her about something she may have witnessed, end quote. This exact quote came from Scott during a 48-hour episode. I cannot confirm if this is actually what was said by the police.
Or if he's just smoothing things over.
I don't know if I believe that, though.
I mean, it is something that they use a lot of time to get people to come in and not, lawyer up and instantly,
Maybe. So he did end up driving her to the police station, and she was put into an interrogation room by herself because guess what? She's an adult.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that part.
They then read her Miranda rights instantly, and then proceeded to tell her they received a call from a doctor's office about a deceased baby. Skylar then told detectives how she gave birth to a baby girl, and she didn't have a heartbeat, so when she realized that she wasn't going to make it, she decided to bury her.
Does this bitch have word vomit?
Yeah.
Like, uncontrollable?
Yeah. She decided
she doesn't even try to lie. She doesn't even... I thought she tried to lie and cover this up more than she did. No, she just straight up tells them.
Yep. So she then explains how she took the baby downstairs, wrapped up in a towel. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to say, she apparently held her for like an hour.
I remember that now. Yeah, like she held her and stuff first.
Yeah, she held her for like an hour, is what she said. She then took her downstairs, dug out the shallow grave, and buried her daughter. She told them, I did not try to kill my baby. This was a 45-minute interrogation.
Oh, bitch talked quick.
She talked real fast. The police then went and told Skylar's parents, because Kim showed up, went and told Skylar's parents the real reason why she was asked to come down to the station. They then let them in to see Skylar, and lucky for us,
I love it when they do this.
The camera was still recording, as you know, it always is in an interrogation room. So
even when the police leave.
Let's have a quick listen.
You should have just told us. I know. If you had just told us. Kids get pregnant every day. Pregnancy is not the end of the world. I'm so sorry. We've all been... I'm sorry. What did they tell you? I think they want to know if I killed it myself. Yeah, you go to jail. I didn't though. But that's the thing. I know. You know, but they can't tell that. I know. I promised them I didn't do anything. Skylar had a perfect life. I didn't. Who's the father? Trey, that guy I used to date a long time ago. You lied to me about him. You lied to me about so much, and now you're gonna lose Brandon over this. Skylar. Okay, now you did lie. Well, not about that. I didn't hurt her. Here's the thing. What's done is done. But it would have been so much better had you told us. So much better. And I don't know what's gonna happen next.
I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Mom can go fuck herself. Kim, that's directly at you, sweetheart. You can fuck right off. We had a perfect life. You're gonna lose Brandon now. Like, okay, I thought that she was so... Okay, My perception of this, because I haven't dug really into this, I just like know headlines and stuff. I thought she was way more of our typical other pregnant cheerleaders who have done this with like the attitude and the like I didn't do it and the trying to cover it and hide it. That bitch is just like the mommy part sends me. The mommy part sends me and just
every time I hear that video and I hear "sorry, mommy," I
can't
physically recoil. Like I can't.
There's God, there's so much.
So I genuinely wish I could play this entire video for you because it's so telling. It's so telling. I'm just gonna read a couple of quotes from it. First and foremost, we had the perfect life. You lied to me about so much.
Like, bitch, this isn't about you.
You're gonna lose Brandon over this. Why do you care?
She cares because then she already had this perfect life planned for her daughter.
It's already in the news. The neighbors have already called me.
They literally just told them.
We can't save you now. Her dad was also getting upset that they read her Miranda rights to her and she kept talking to them. Like, he actually yelled at her about that.
Well, I mean, valid, Dad.
The other thing...
Sorry, I you know what? That's the one part I'll agree with. Like...
Get a lawyer.
You know, like...
To be fair...
I'll agree with the dad there. I would have been upset at my kid, too, if they would have kept fucking talking after that.
Oh, just wait. I get into this a little bit further. The last quote that I want to say... I didn't kill it.
Yeah, the it sends
I didn't kill it. She kept saying that over and over. This entire it. So, I watched the whole video, so y'all don't have to. But it's going to be linked down below. Go watch it.
I'm probably going to go watch it.
Oh, my gosh. It's like 28 minutes long. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay, so her dad kept bringing up how she went to the doctor in April, got birth control pills, and started taking them right away. Then delivered a stillborn 2 weeks later. Like, he brought it up so many times. So many times.
It's because Dad was... Way to go, Dad, to pay attention and be, like, logical there. Like, way to go, Dad, that you knew about the birth control pills and you did that math and, like...
It also
Dad's not playing.
It also felt like he was preparing for a legal battle against that doctor.
Oh, trying to think that she took the birth control pills, which resulted in the stillborn.
Again, I will have the full video in the show notes. Her mom actually kept quiet during most of it, except for like her little remarks that we just said. And then you can go to prison, you know, you're going to go to prison.
That's really shocking that that's all that her mom talks and that the dad is doing most of it. I think
it was surprising. For the best. It was for the best.
But I'm just really surprised that she could withhold, that she could, I mean, she is in a public place, in an interview room. I understand why she was being reserved, but I'm impressed.
She was being that Miranda Lambert song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
I cut my bangs with some rusty...
Mama's Broken Heart?
That one.
Yeah.
That.
That is very valid. I can see that. But yeah. Yeah.
So, after saying, "I'm sorry, Mommy, I'm sorry," over and over again, she then proceeds to tell her parents that she named the baby. The baby that she keeps calling it.
She named it. Okay.
But she named the baby Annabell. At this point, police are in the Richardson home, and they're actually digging up the backyard to find the remains of baby Annabell. That's why neighbors were calling, and that's why the news got a hold of it already.
Got you. And also probably why they let the parents in the interrogation room so that they're nice and distracted.
They find her and baby Annabell, and they send her remains off for an autopsy.
Yeah.
5 hours later, the Richardsons are allowed to go back home. Then, 6 days later, Skylar was brought back in for questioning. This is where they told her that the autopsy results came back, and the forensic anthropologist reported that the bones showed evidence of being burned, and the skull was crushed.
Oh shit, the skull was crushed?
The skull was crushed.
I knew about the bones being burned, and I was wondering when you were going to drop that in here. I figured it wasn't going to be till the autopsy. But, okay, so our girl can lie a little bit.
The detectives continued to ask her if she burned baby Annabell, and Skylar told them no a total of 17 times.
I mean, she did bury the baby right by the fire pit, so...
Then, all of a sudden, Skylar's story changed. She told them how she... okay. She told them how she held a lighter under baby Annabell's arm trying to cremate her, but it wasn't working. They then asked if Annabell made any sounds, like a gurgling sound at all, and that's when Skylar said she may have been making gurgling sounds, so maybe she was alive a little bit. She did also... hold on.
Oh, I know.
She did also say that she saw her arms moving a little, and she may have been holding on to holding on to it too tight. Hold on, last line. She then told them she'd never cut the umbilical cord. Go on.
Oh, did she burn it with the lighter? Because that's not technically cutting. Do you see the marks on the inside of my hand from how angry I was right now while you were talking about that? Listen.
Now might be a good time to tell you that she told her parents and detectives that there was no umbilical cord, and that, okay, I left this part out, that the placenta came out of her, and her mom was like, there's a sac, and she's like, yeah, the placenta. Kim, you've had 2 kids. Why didn't you know it was the placenta? But also, why did Skylar know it was a placenta?
Yeah.
Oh, was someone doing some research?
I bet you she was.
I actually touch on that later.
It's so entertaining the lies she chooses in this part because they're just medically not... Like, you can't.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the line of, it might have been alive a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Because she was real adamant with her parents that she wasn't.
Yeah.
All right.
So at this point, Skylar was arrested for reckless homicide.
Good.
Yeah, police had a theory that she suffocated the baby.
Wait, she was arrested for reckless homicide and not like abuse of a corpse and like stuff like that? Because normally that's the first charge that goes down, but they actually put her on homicide for it?
Reckless homicide was the charge.
Oh, that's impressive. Usually it's an abuse of a corpse charge.
Shh. Put that in your pocket.
Well, no, normally that one comes first.
But it's not.
That's why I'm shocked.
It's not. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
So this was not a secret that was staying within the family anymore. It has exploded in this tiny ass motherfucking town. I can't.
Well, yeah, because everyone's going back through pictures now, and everyone's like looking at stuff and putting things together.
And then the news got a hold of it.
Oh, yeah, and that did it really good.
The media ran wild. One of the headlines: cheerleader burns and buries newborn.
I remember that headline.
Headlines split that fucking town in half. Neighbors whispered. Some were defending the family, and some were condemning them. People speculated about Kim's role, about Scott's stoicism, about the boyfriends who should have known. Even in the church, in the teacher's lounge, at the grocery store, whispers, stares, judgment.
Good. Deserved.
I agree. Skylar made bail the night she was arrested.
Shocking.
But then 2 weeks later, the case was presented to a grand jury, and Skylar was indicted on a new set of charges. Aggravated murder, which carries a mandatory life sentence in Ohio.
Damn.
Involuntary manslaughter, endangering children, and...
abuse of a corpse?
Yes.
Endangering children?
Endangering children.
That's an interesting charge for this one.
I'm
wondering if it's the lighter into the arm.
No, I think it had to do because she found out she was pregnant and did nothing about it.
Okay.
And started taking birth control.
Well,
yes.
We don't know if she started taking. Did she start
she
taking
admitted
it?
to it.
Okay, she admitted to taking
she
it.
She said the second that Mom picked it up, she started taking it. She popped some pills. We're going to touch on that in a little bit, too. I like this part. Sorry. I really like the prosecutor in this case. Prosecutor David Fornshell said the motive was, quote, Skylar and her family were pretty obsessed with external appearances, end quote. And during the press conference, a reporter responded with, quote, you're describing a spoiled, self-entitled teenager who is more worried about vanity than keeping the life of a baby alive, end quote. Fornshell responds, those are your words, with one big smile on his face.
Oh, okay. I like this prosecutor. I like him a lot. He gets a gift basket.
I like him a lot. Oh, okay. Skylar, of course, pled not guilty.
Shocking.
To all charges. And she ended up spending the weekend in jail while her parents came up with the $50,000 bond.
Aw, she had to spend a weekend in jail?
She did, but then she was fitted with an ankle bracelet and got placed on house arrest.
Of course she did.
The trial wouldn't take place until 2019, but before then, a lot happened. There were protesters outside of their house and the courthouse.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I like the personal touch of being outside the house as well.
Same. We're gonna touch on this in a second. You're.
I like it.
Yeah. They were outside of the house and the courthouse with signs calling for justice for baby Annabell. People would constantly be taking pictures of them if they were ever outside. People basically were like, oh, I got time today. I got time today. Someone also found a picture of Skylar holding a shovel and put a picture of a baby in it and captioned it never forget with prayer hands, a fire emoji, and a coffin emoji.
Oh my god.
Listen, I was going like this before you said the prayer hands because I was putting my hand. Oh my god. I love the internet so much.
I could not find the actual picture of it, but it is in the 48-hour episode, and they do show it.
I love the. Oh god, I love
and
the internet.
And it was too zoomed in. I couldn't screenshot it.
I love the internet.
Yes. Kim Richardson, said the time in between was a, quote, modern-day Salem witch trial, end quote.
Why do these moms always say that? Like, I feel like that's something that comes up in every one of these teen pregnancy murder baby cases.
I want to hand Kim a straw and tell her to suck my ass.
You heard the lady.
Mm-hmm. They hired local defense attorneys Charlie M. Rickers and his father. Of course, they were claiming that this was just a case of false confession.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In the 45-minute interrogation?
They had the second interrogation also.
Yeah, that her parents got to come hang out with her for?
No, the one 6 days later.
Oh, they were
where she had after the autopsy.
After that one, got you.
Brandon broke up with her.
Huh. Well, she did just lie to him and pregnant with somebody else's baby and then murder it, so allegedly. Yeah.
Anyway, who knows how her mother was also actually treating her at this point as well. Like, you saw what happened in the interview.
Yeah, in the interview room. Like, I don't know, or the interrogation. I don't know if her mom is, like, even...
Yes.
Like, I could bet that's cold shoulder as fuck, and, like, she just disappointed her and off the map and ruined everything.
But at this point, her eating disorder started right back up, and
shocking.
She was actually 90 pounds when the trial finally ended up happening.
Oh my god, that's
bad.
That's awful.
That's bad.
That's not okay.
I know I'm talking shit.
But that's
bad.
not okay.
Both sides were preparing for trial, and then the craziest shit happened. The forensic anthropologist who reported the burned remains, she retracted her reports.
About the remains being burned, or like the whole thing?
Because she decided to take another look, and now they don't show any sign of incineration or burning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they also got other doctors to take a look, and each of them agreed that there was no sign of burning on the remains either.
So how did this come out the first time around?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
This is giving Ellen Greenberg vibes.
A little bit. This, however, did not change the prosecution's approach. They very much believe that she said what she said with her chest, and they were not backing down from that.
Well, and plus, so like with the burn of the bones, and then like her at the lighter, like why would she even?
Mm-hmm.
Why would she even give into that part if it never happened and like play into that? And then why are we changing it now? Like I don't understand.
I don't know. So, in July of 2019, the state approached Skylar's lawyers with a plea deal. They would drop the aggravated murder charge if she pleads guilty to the rest of the charges. That would still generally hold like 15 years in jail, but not life for aggravated murder.
So, if she was smart, she would take the plea deal.
Skylar's mom said that Skylar said, quote, "I'm not going to plead to something that I didn't do," end quote. So to trial we go. Finally.
What an idiot.
Yeah. September 3rd, 2019. Despite concerns of a tainted jury pool, a 12-person jury of 7 women and 5 men sat, and opening statements began.
I'm so glad it's a majority female jury because there's a lot to see through there because they know the workings of things.
Prosecution came out swinging.
Oh, I bet they did. That press conference was a little preview.
Here's a clip.
I'm literally speechless with how happy I am. My belly is back, OMG, and I'm never, ever, ever, ever letting it get like this again. Those are the words that Brooke Richardson texted to her mother just hours after she murdered her infant daughter in the middle of the night and buried her lifeless body in the dirt behind their home.
Oh, he gets a gift basket for sure.
That was the assistant prosecutor.
They both get gift baskets.
Or the assisting prosecutor.
They both get them. Yeah. I love that. And why is she so smug?
Her mother called her stoic. Whatever.
Okay.
Ugh. Okay. Prosecution said she had no intention of having and keeping this baby, but they cannot prove that the baby was born alive. That's when they touch on the interrogation where she admitted that the baby was alive and moving and making sounds. She admitted to burning the body, and she failed. So she just buried it instead. They consistently brought up that she was obsessed with her appearance and having the perfect life, just like her mother wanted. She was determined to maintain that perfect life at all cost, including the life of her very unwanted daughter. They said that she searched how to get rid of a baby on her computer, and that's why she wanted the birth control more than anything. Yeah.
So she was trying to make a stillborn. Essentially.
Yeah. Also, the forensic anthropologist that I've been talking about, fuck that bitch.
Right, like I get that it's too much to go into for that and there's not really an answer to it, but I just don't understand how, like, that's a very big thing to be like, oh, I was mistaken. Like, what else could you possibly have mistaken charring on bones for?
Anyway, let me tell you why I said fuck the coroner. Hold my hand for this. I need to hold your hand for this, actually. On the stand, she said the cause of the baby's death was homicidal violence of undetermined etiology. I think that's how it is. I'm really sorry if it's not. But when she was cross-examined, she then says that there's no physical evidence that Skylar killed the baby or that the baby was even born alive.
I don't...
Huh?
How is she even considered an expert? Why? I don't...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she has pissed me off so much, I'm refusing to include her name on any of this. There's
That's
a reason I
fine.
haven't said her name, because I'm mad.
How can you have so many contradicting statements and reports and everything? I'm
Yeah.
so...
Yes.
And for only being one,
Mm-hmm.
and like normally we have this much conflict and stuff when there's multiple ones. Oh my god, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Other doctors testified saying that there was no evidence that the baby was alive and that the broken skull was from birth and it's normal.
I would be willing to bet that what they have with the broken skull is she gave birth. I want to say she gave birth in the bathroom and the baby hit the tile or something, or the side of the toilet or whatever. It
Mm-hmm.
also, there's a whole thing that sometimes them suckers just shoot out, and she could have been on a bed or something else, and like with the force that it came out, like could have without somebody there to catch it. Just I don't
Is
know.
that real?
Yes.
Oh. I need to add that to my list of why I shouldn't
I
have a
just
baby.
discovered this with one of my
Jesus
sister's friends had a
Christ.
baby, and like the description of it, I was like, I did not know that that could happen.
That's terrifying.
Even a nurse in the room was like, "Whoa, yeah." So there's and plus it's like slippery, so she could have just dropped, like that could have been a fall, and plus their skull isn't really all the way together when they're born because it collapses to come out, and that's why there's a soft spot for a while.
I know that.
But like honestly, medical examiners and coroners should know the difference between the natural skull split and
It
that.
was normal.
But this
Whatever.
one isn't a smart one, so
Mm-hmm. I have more here. Another doctor said that the cord may have become detached either before or during the birth, and the appearance. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys, I was mad when I was writing this, so it kind of doesn't make sense. Uh, it could have become detached, right? At some point, obviously. The
I mean,
appearance
umbilical cords do detach and placentas can, so like that could have happened.
could have.
Because if she went home sick from prom,
Yeah.
and then this didn't happen for 2 more
2 days,
days,
yeah.
she honestly could have been in a labor for 2 days, and there
Absolutely.
could have been stuff going on, and like that could have detached her. The umbilical cord could have attached on its own
Mm-hmm.
because she said she never cut it. It could happen. It's just odd.
Mm-hmm. And also, apparently, the appearance of the baby that only Skylar saw was not the appearance of a healthy baby.
Because she said it was all white.
Mm-hmm. She's the only one that saw it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I don't really think the medical examiner could comment on that because they didn't have that when they got it.
Well, they did. They also pointed out that she only gained 15 pounds during pregnancy, which also, how do they know this? Beats me. The only thing I can personally think of is she had a physical before school started, and then she was weighed when she went to the OBG the first time in April, and they said, yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, that makes sense. Her physical at the beginning of the year, because she was a cheerleader, so she had to have that in order to play sports, and then all the way to that. But also, I have a feeling that her mom tracked her weight on something, or she tracked her weight on something on like a Flow app or something else like that.
15
Because
pounds.
with an eating disorder, her periods would be really, really irregular.
Yep.
So I guarantee you that she'd be logging so much into like a period app to help track everything.
Yep. They also said that her eating disorder restricted the baby's development, and it was most likely fatal. The defense also brought up a psychologist that diagnosed Skylar with a condition that predisposes her to comply with people in authority. So, basically, she was intimidated by the detective so much that she admitted to doing all these things to the baby that would incriminate her. So, her saying, yes, she saw the baby move. Yes, she burned the baby with a lighter. Yes, she heard the baby make a gurgling sound. All of this was just repeating what was said, and she was then agreeing with the police.
Okay, so what about when she told the doctor the whole story without him prompting it?
I don't know. She essentially just said she gave birth and buried it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So basically, the defense was painting her as this terrified, fragile teenager panicking after giving birth to a stillborn. They showed her how, I'm so sorry. They showed how her fragile state, the anxiety, eating disorders, fear of parental disappointment, made her highly susceptible to pressure during police interrogations. Uh, Brandon and Annabelle's baby daddy, Trey, were also called to the stand.
I bet they were.
Their testimony showed that just how secretive Skylar had actually been. Neither had suspected a single thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both were left to grapple with the shocking contrast between the girl they thought they knew and the story that unfolded in front of the entire nation. Some people said the boys were naive. Others said Skylar was manipulative. I don't think I don't think Trey even had an idea that she was pregnant since they weren't even together anymore.
And they weren't even at the same school.
No. And Brandon probably thought what her parents did, that she was just in this happy, healthy relationship with him.
And also, since they were, like, I could see her also just like, I want to wait.
With him?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because you'd be able to tell.
So I definitely didn't put this in there because I couldn't find a good spot, but I feel like I need to say it now. She told her parents in that interrogation, or like in the interrogation room, I thought I was pregnant. I wasn't sure.
Oh my God.
And basically going to the doctor confirmed it for her.
Oh, I can't with her.
Scott and Kim both took the stand as well.
Yeah.
Kim sobbed, describing Skylar as shy, sensitive, terrified of disappointing anyone. Prosecutors suggested the family's focus on appearances had driven Skylar to hide her pregnancy.
Well, duh.
Kim then snapped and was rude, and she kept claiming that she didn't even know Skylar was pregnant.
Oh, yeah, he broke the facade. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Scott, however, was calm and protective. Quote, Skylar is not the monster you're making her out to be. She made mistakes, but she didn't kill her baby. End quote.
I don't know what to think of Dad. I don't know how to read him.
After 9 days in court, both sides rested, and closing arguments were as gut-wrenching as the opening statements were. Prosecution. They had a photo, her prom photo up, that was taken 48 hours before the birth of Annabell, and said, quote, she had everything to lose. Her cheerleading, her college, her family's approval. So she made a choice. She killed her daughter to protect her image. Showed the picture.
I think I've heard that clip before.
Look at her smile. And then 2 days later, she's burying her baby in the backyard. End quote. The defense closing statement said this, quote, this is not a case about image. This is a case about science, about facts. And the fact is, the state cannot prove this baby was alive. They want you to speculate, but speculation is not proof. End quote. Doubt hung heavy in the courtroom, and the jury took 4 hours to deliberate.
Dang. That's it? All right.
Here's the verdict for you guys.
Would the defendant please rise? With regard to count 1, we, the jury, in the above captioned case, find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of the offense of aggravated murder, and there appear to be 12 jury signatures affixed. Verdict form 2, involuntary manslaughter. We, the jury, in the above captioned case, do hereby find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of the offense of involuntary manslaughter. Count 3, child endangerment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of child endangerment. It does say we further find the defendant did not cause serious physical harm to the alleged victim, but that finding is not necessary as a matter of law. Verdict form number 4, we, the jury, in the above captioned case, find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, guilty of the offense of abuse of a corpse. Ladies and gentlemen, are those the verdicts of the jury? Yes, sir. You may be seated.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I wish I was.
She's only found guilty on abuse of a corpse? I mean, I'm not shocking, but with everything else that they have, that's all we get. Also, I want to say that, like, that eating disorder took her out. Her hair she's like sunken skin and bones in that video. I mean, as it should, but
I'm shaking. Every time I see, like,
are you?
She was convicted only of gross abuse of a corpse for burying her. Gross abuse of a corpse holds up to 1 year in prison. Skylar was then put into cuffs and held in jail until sentencing, which was the next morning.
Oh, okay.
Prosecutor Fornshell, our
our buddy boo,
he said this after the verdict was read, quote, Brooke Richardson created the situation that prevented us from being able to conduct an autopsy on that baby girl. And in a sense, it feels like she's been rewarded.
Yep.
Kim and Scott said that even though they never want to see Prosecutor Fornshell again, they believe they're owed an apology.
For fucking what?
Making Skylar seem like a cold, heartless murderer.
Because she is, but okay.
Okay, let's jump to sentencing now.
Okay.
During sentencing was the very first time that Skylar spoke publicly. She said, fuck this bitch. Quote, I just wanted to say how sorry I was. I can sometimes be selfish, but I would like to think that I've become better in the knowledge that I've upset everyone and I hurt so many people with what I've done, and I'm forever sorry, and I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry, and I understand and thank you. End quote.
That's not remorse. That's rehearsed speech and how sorry she is that everybody else is upset about this.
If that's a rehearsed speech, that's a terrible fucking speech. The fuck? It didn't even make sense.
It does. Like, she literally...
Where?
To her. Like, the entire thing, if you watch how she talks and does everything in this, she is only apologizing because other people are upset. That's it. Because people are upset about what happened and that she put everybody through this. She is not actually sorry for what she did and has remorse for the baby. She's just very much in her fashion. To her, that's a very rehearsed speech. Not to anybody else.
She thought about that in her night in jail.
Yes.
Judge Donald Oda said, you're going to appreciate this, quote, I firmly believe Miss Richardson. In fact, I know in my heart that if you made different decisions in this case, Annabell would be here today. And I think that your choices before birth, during birth, and after show a grotesque disregard for life. But I can't punish you for a crime the jury said you didn't commit. You made a horrible decision and you'll have to live with it. End quote.
I just can't.
He then sentenced her to time served.
Are you fucking serious?
And 3 years probation.
Time served?
Yeah.
With her house arrest and her one night?
Yeah.
And her weekend in jail?
Her weekend
in jail.
Weekend.
Can't forget her weekend in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Time
served.
He could have imposed the highest sentence on that, but
year.
Instead he just made a speech and said that.
Time served.
How long was she on house arrest?
2 years.
That's not time served. That's sleeping in your own bed.
And reading books. She actually said how much she loved reading her books.
Cool. Go to prison and read books.
And hanging out with her dogs. The reaction was explosive. Half of the country thought Skylar had gotten away with murder. The other half saw her as a scared teenager, crushed under anxiety and parental pressure.
I mean, she's both.
After trial, Skylar entered into an eating disorder treatment.
I would love to say good for her, but I don't care.
She also signed up for paralegal classes at a community college.
Oh, so she can figure out how to get away with more crimes in the future?
She was She was diagnosed with severe depression and PTSD, along with her body dysmorphia.
Oh, so postpartum depression?
She ended up working part-time for the law firm that represented her.
Well, we already know because of other cases that's not a conflict of interest.
Anyway, Skylar wants to be a lawyer for the Ohio Innocence Project so she can help people just like her.
Oh, barf. Gross.
Her probation was terminated after 14 months in 2020, so 2 years early. She also went on to put a bid to stop the general public viewing records of the sensational court case.
I'm not surprised.
The ruling means like everything, including the conviction, no longer exists in the criminal justice system. There are some exceptions, with law enforcement still being able to see the case should she ever be charged again with a criminal offense. She won this bid. But lucky for us, the internet exists.
Yeah, and Court TV aired this trial, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's still up there.
Yeah.
She also pissed off a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
Here we are today. She then went on to marry Max Grayman on May 17th of this year. He's a software engineer in Ohio. I know exactly what company too, but I'm not going to dox him.
Perfect. I hope she doesn't have kids.
Mm-hmm. Kim and Scott Richardson placed an angel statue over the first grave where baby Annabell was buried. Annabell has since been laid to rest with a proper burial and headstone. I hope you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, no. Ready?
Oh, no, I'm ready.
Okay. You guys, did this whole case happen to sound familiar to you by chance? Like one we've already done? A cheerleader being pregnant, and then all of a sudden, she's not pregnant. Oh my gosh. But then a dead infant is found. That's interesting, right? Jackie?
Y'all know we couldn't talk about a dumb pregnant cheerleader who murdered their newborn without bringing up Alexi Treviso and introducing you to Lakin Snelling, the newest member to join their chapter of the Dumb Criminal Club. For those of you not familiar with Alexi, we highly recommend you watch her episode. It will be linked below. We have also talked about her in WTF episodes and our update episode that was released at the beginning of this season. Back in January of 2023, 19-year-old Alexi Treviso was having back pain and went to the emergency room at Artesia General Hospital in New Mexico. Doctors discovered Alexi was pregnant, and she reportedly denied it. Sometime after this, Alexi left her hospital room, went down the hall to the bathroom where she gave birth to a baby boy before putting him inside a trash bag, then inside the trash can. Within 30 minutes, a hospital custodian discovered the newborn's body in the trash can. An autopsy found the baby had air in its lungs, indicating it was alive after birth, and investigators ruled the death a homicide, consistent with asphyxiation. Months after Alexi was arrested on May 10th, 2023, she was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. And that's kind of where we have been forever.
Yeah.
In the update episode at the beginning of the season, we talked about how her trial was supposed to start in August 2024, but was entirely pulled from the docket to until a Supreme Court ruling could be made about admissible evidence in the case.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, Alexi, and by Alexi we mean her mom.
Yep.
Because moms are always in this shit. Has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Artesia General Hospital, alleging the hospital's negligence and administration of contradicted medications led to the infant's death. Her attorney claims the hospital staff failed to provide appropriate care after discovering her pregnancy by giving her morphine and allowing her to use the bathroom alone while pregnant and potentially in labor. The contents of this lawsuit also get brought up in the hearing as well.
Sorry.
So, now we're getting into everything that has happened this month.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we're recording this in September. Oh, yeah, you guys will get this. It'll still be September when you guys get this.
September.
So, everything that's been happening right now. So on September 4th, 2025, so earlier this month, the New Mexico Supreme Court heard in-person arguments whether statements Alexi made to a doctor should be admitted as evidence.
Uh-huh.
And if you've watched our episodes, you've watched these videos.
Yep.
This issue hinges on statements made to her doctor while police were also in the room, which were recorded by their body cameras. Mm-hmm. The statements include Alexi saying nothing was breathing, and her mom exclaiming, "We talked about this, Lexi!" That's my favorite quote. Like, they talked about what happens to these girls on the news.
I just had a quick thought. Just because I know we've mentioned it in other episodes. I'm sorry, I'll make it quick because I know you have a lot to say. I was not going to mention the bread spinning thing.
I left that out. I didn't even put it in here.
But police body cams, they make noise and they vibrate, signaling that they are on.
Yeah.
And so, like, if it was an issue whatsoever, a doctor
not even, just wait.
Oh, I know.
The defense's argument is that Alexi's statements are protected under doctor-patient privilege and should be excluded from trial, and that the police violated her rights by being in the room and having body cams on. They also claim that the doctors and nurses telling the police all the info they did about the baby being found and how Alexi and her mom had been acting also break that privilege, because all that info was given before the police ever walked in the room. The prosecution's argument is that the doctor-patient privilege does not apply because others were present when the statements were made, and that the police were invited in by the doctors. The police also left when asked by a doctor or nurse so an examination could take place. Basically, their stance is because Alexi was 19 at the time and an adult, her mom being in the room also broke the doctor-patient privilege, pointing out that the police weren't the only ones in the room, bringing up once again the officers were being respectful and not overbearing at all, recognizing that it was a highly emotional and vulnerable situation. They allowed the doctors to do their jobs and also at one point stopped Alexi's mom from berating her with questions. A doctor also did this at one point when Alexi's mom was questioning her too much and they were just like, this is not the time or place, like, chill out. So I think it's really ironic that all of the statements that they're having issues with and they're wanting to exclude are all things that came up because of Alexi's mom, except for like a couple things that like doctor asked her about, but mainly a lot of this is because Alexi's mom wouldn't shut up.
Pretty much.
So, why is this such a big deal, and what are the implications of the New Mexico Supreme Court ruling on doctor-patient privilege for Alexi's case? Essentially, the entire case could be determined by whether Alexi's statements to a doctor, recorded by the police body cams, are admissible as evidence. If the court rules to exclude the statements, the prosecution's case would be severely weakened. Alexi's statements and the related video footage are a cornerstone of their argument, and without this key evidence, the prosecution may have no choice but to drop the charges against Alexi. Which would be absolute bullshit. Mm-hmm. But the Supreme Court also has to think in terms of upholding doctor-patient privilege, so a ruling against the admission of the evidence would affirm the strong protections for confidential medical care in New Mexico. On the other hand, if the court rules to allow the statements, the prosecution's case would be strengthened, potentially leading to a criminal trial moving forward. Then there is the potential impact on patient privacy. This ruling could be seen as weakening the doctor-patient privilege, especially when law enforcement is present. And this could affect patients seeking medical care while also being investigated for a potential crime. So there's already a lot that plays into this for like how New Mexico law could go and cases could go forward. Yeah. On top of that, let's add the issue of Miranda rights. The decision could also set a precedent on what constitutes custodial interrogation inside a hospital setting. Prosecutors argued Alexi was not in custody and was free to leave, so Miranda warnings were not required, and a point the Supreme Court justice questioned a lot during the oral argument. And I watched that entire hearing. I actually watched it twice, and the big question around this was, even though Alexi was free to leave at any time, she was 19 and essentially trapped in a hospital room, in a hospital bed, actively bleeding, waiting to be life-flighted to another hospital. So in reality, could she really have just left if she wanted to? She didn't feel like that as a 19-year-old.
The thing is, though, like, I understand she can't physically leave, but with that being said, they can ask the officers to vacate the room.
Yeah, and which the officers did multiple times, but that was never requested of them. So I'm sorry just because you guys didn't think about doing that. The Supreme Court, of course, gave zero timeline for the decision. And so now we just wait. And honestly, I watched that hearing twice, and I don't know which way it's going to go because there is so much that pivots on this that we were actually talking about this earlier today. Yeah. This could be one of those cases in the New Mexico Supreme Court that sets a precedent for how things move forward, or that's referenced in other things, depending on what decision they make here. Because there's so many moving parts to it.
I don't know. It's so difficult because, like, there was proof of the baby being alive.
Yes.
And she in a safe haven hospital. And she, again, did everything wrong.
Yeah.
So I think she murdered someone in a hospital. I don't think she has privacy anymore at that point.
No, and like once a crime is committed, doesn't that take HIPAA away? But obviously it doesn't because that wasn't in here. It's just, yeah, so this is going to be very interesting how the Supreme Court, I have a feeling they're going to take a minute on this because there's so many branches to it. That's not just Alexi, and now it makes a lot more sense why this is being delayed and taking so long because it's not just about Alexi murdering her baby. It is about doctor-patient privilege. It's about Miranda rights. It's about a lot.
This is going to change
things in New Mexico, yes. So
maybe they fucking need it.
Who knows?
I swear to you, Jackie.
If she gets off with this.
I swear to you, Jackie.
Just keep that anger for me. On another note, Alexi's attorneys have also requested a change of venue due to the extensive publicity on the case has received in Eddy County. We won't have anything on that until we get the Supreme Court back. So that's where we stand on Alexi and her dumbass, and we will have updates for you, but that's why you guys haven't gotten any updates because things are just in process. Which brings us to 21-year-old Laken Snelling.
She's only 21.
Mm-hmm. Who was a senior and a member of the stunt cheerleading team at the University of Kentucky. Until she was arrested in August 2025 after a newborn baby was found dead in a closet at her off-campus residence. According to the police report, at 10:34 a.m. on August 27, 2025, a 911 call was made to the Lexington Police Department reporting a dead infant was found in a closet and is cold to the touch. The individual who placed the 911 call is described as a third party and was not identified in the police report. But it has since come out that it was a roommate or roommates. It is not clear who made the discovery and called 911, and it's also not clear what made them go into Laken's room and in her closet.
I bet it was the damn smell of a decomposing body.
It wasn't decomposing yet. When officers arrived, they found the unresponsive infant wrapped in a towel inside a black trash bag in a closet. Cleaning supplies were also found in the same bag. Laken was found about 5 minutes from the residence, and she was taken to the hospital to get checked out. Then she was interviewed by police. Laken allegedly admitted to police that she had given birth and hid the baby's body, wrapped in a towel inside a trash bag along with the cleaning supplies. And I also believe, I could not find the article for this, but in a Court TV or News Nation, I believe it was one of the two, they reported that she fell asleep after giving birth, woke up, cleaned everything up, placed the baby in the trash bag, and then placed the trash bag in the closet before going to class. Police picked her up 5 minutes from her residence because she was on her way back from class.
Maybe one of the roommates needed the cleaning supplies that she had in her room.
No idea.
She was going to borrow a fun top.
The Fayette County Coroner's Office reported that a preliminary autopsy of the male infant was inconclusive, and further studies are being conducted to determine the cause of death. I watched a particularly jarring episode of Nancy Grace where for the first time I was like, calm down.
Nancy?
Yeah, because she was talking about the autopsy and how they figure out if a infant took their first breath or not.
Oh, the float test?
Yes. So what they do is they will take the lungs and they will put them in water and see if they float. But that's always not conclusive because decomp can make them float. Yeah. And also if CPR was ever performed.
Yeah.
So their secondary test is the liver. They do a similar float test with the liver. The liver takes a little bit longer for decomp to set in, so depending on how long you have, that could do it. But if both of those are inconclusive, they have to go to other methods. Mm-hmm. And Nancy Grace just got really graphic with it. You have to cut the baby open and then I was like, I can't with you. I can't.
We're good.
It was horrible.
We don't have to go into this.
No.
I said this wasn't a graphic episode, Jackie.
I know, but I was quoting Nancy Grace. That's why I was for the first time in my life, I was like, whoa.
Calm down, Nancy.
Calm down, Nancy. She got brutal with it. But go listen to that episode because honestly, the experts she has in it have really good information. You just have to get through her being really brutal in that episode.
Yeah.
So, August 31st, Lakin was arrested and charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. That's why I was so on that abuse of a corpse, because it's both of their charges.
Yeah.
Lakin pleaded not guilty to these charges during a court appearance on September 2nd. She was then released on a $100,000 bond and placed under house arrest with no GPS monitoring at her parents' home in Tennessee. No GPS monitoring.
How the hell does that make sense?
I don't know.
Go on.
Also, I want to say the true crime world lost their ever-loving shit over her wearing a red dress, full face of makeup, and her hair done perfectly to this court appearance. They kept calling it a cocktail dress, and I just don't agree with them. Yeah, she had a full face of makeup on, but that is a red dress. Like, you could wear that to church.
It, like, went to your knee. Like,
Yeah, it
looks
went
like
to
a
her
very
knees.
nice... I could wear that to...
Yeah.
I didn't see the front, though.
No, like, it comes up.
Oh.
It's like a full... I have no idea why they are so
wear that
focused...
to afternoon tea.
And calling it, but they were like, apparently her attorney did not consult her on this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I wonder if it's one of the only things that fit her, because once you have a baby, things don't go back in the same places. So your clothes don't fit the same. And you can tell where that dress, she wouldn't have bought it in that size if that was her body shape when she bought it. I feel like they should have focused on that more. But everybody was really caught up on this dress.
They were seeing red.
I like it. That's a knee slapper. Lakin was back in court on September 26th. That's today when we're recording this, but for you guys it was last Friday. But this time, she was wearing a black dress.
Oh.
And also, like, her hair wasn't fully done. It was just straightened. Like, it wasn't curled. It wasn't any of that. Like, her hair was just straight. So, like, her hair was done. She didn't look like a hot mess.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if she heard all the outrage or her, like, attorney gave her a dress code for this time around.
Probably.
At this hearing, she waived her right to a preliminary hearing, meaning her case is being sent directly to a grand jury who will determine if there's enough evidence for an indictment. Just a reminder, there is a potential for additional charges. The grand jury has the authority to issue an indictment based on the existing charges, add new charges, or to decline the indictment entirely.
I don't think this is going to get declined.
I don't either. As of right now, there are no future court appearances scheduled for Lakin. If an indictment is returned, she will be arraigned on the new charges, then hopefully a trial.
Okay.
But Lakin's case blew up fast in national headlines. I'm talking like the baby was found on August 27th.
Yeah.
She was arrested August 31st. It is September 26th and we're talking about this.
Jen sent this shit to me when it happened too.
Oh, I had so many people sending it to me.
Yes.
It just blew up, which means everybody went through everything.
This is going to be a crazy one.
Lakin was really active on social media, and she was a self-proclaimed Barbie.
Ew.
She lived on social media. Okay, so of course her socials have been dug through with a fine-tooth comb, and it gave mixed signals on whether she knew she was pregnant or if she was hiding it. Her cheer pictures and videos, you can clearly see she's pregnant. Mm-hmm. Not in the obvious way Alexi was, but you can still tell. Kind of like how you were describing with Skylar and the abs on top of
looking bloated.
And looking bloated.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to see with these pictures, especially this with her cheering.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a post in June where she has a picture of her and there's like a whole bunch of different words around her. We're going to post it right here and it's on our socials if you're listening. And in one part, there's a thing that said like motherhood goals. And like there was a emoji like down here and it was like a diamond ring, a bag of money, a house, a mom cradling a baby. I see it on here. And so it's like, okay, was that her putting like her plan of her life in order? Or was that like, and so the baby's out of order of her getting the ring and the house and the money and all that? And so this just didn't fit into her plan? Or is this just an innocent little TikTok trend? I don't know.
Done it. I
haven't even seen it, but it might be a college thing. Like, because like life goals and like putting everything together.
Yeah.
So that was in June.
I don't have any life goals anymore, guys. I'm dead inside.
A few weeks later in July, she posted pictures with her boyfriend Connor. One of them holding hands, and another of her leaning against him while holding her belly. Now, I'll let y'all be the judge for this, but we all personally in this room thought it looked like a maternity photo shoot.
Why are you putting your hands right there? Why are your hands right there?
Yeah, why are your hands right there? And why does that dress look like that?
Connor. What? Why are your hands there?
So, yeah, I mean, you guys make your own decisions, come to your own conclusions, but...
We have our own opinions.
Then, the one causing the biggest uproar is this photo of her from Halloween 2024, wearing a fake baby bump, a blue dress, and a pin that says Kentucky Mom on it. Now, this isn't, obviously she's not this pregnant because this is October of 2024 and all this just happened, but it's still very interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
This?
Now, for my personal favorite that I've saved for last, because this is where things are going to get different from most cheerleader pregnant stories that we have on here.
All right.
Then there are the stories coming out that Lakin is a bully and a mean girl. A former high school classmate, Cindy Kite, told the Daily Mail that Lakin bullied her sister and her friends to the point that one girl had to move schools out of district. Lakin also allegedly tried to run another girl over with her Jeep.
She's a Jeep girl, too.
Parents and students from her former high school have been coming out all over social media about how Lakin terrorized the girls at that school that she didn't deem good enough.
Did you just say parents?
Mm-hmm. There's parents and kids from the high school coming out all over on social media about how Lakin terrorized anyone who she did not deem good enough.
Oh.
Lakin was a pageant queen who was obsessed with her looks and image, and it's all that mattered to her. And I honestly have not heard anything nice about her from people who do know her. I have not read a single nice statement about her in any of this.
That sounds very familiar.
I mean, at least there were people in Alexi's
nice
life.
things.
Like, yeah, there's nice things, but
I was
not
Skylar.
Well, yeah, like, and people were doing nice. But with this one,
she's
a mean girl and a bully. She only cares about looks. If you could benefit her, that was it. And everything on her social medias and her social standings and everything else very much reflects that. It really is not clear if Lakin was hiding the pregnancy or telling people. Her social medias gave mixed signals, and so does the cheer photos and videos, because you can clearly tell she's pregnant while flipping this chick above her in a stunt. And I'm like, how did nobody on the team or the coaches track this?
I'm just confused.
Oh, yeah.
I'm confused.
One more thing. Her boyfriend deleted everything on his social media accounts after she was arrested.
Everything about her or his entire...
He deleted all of his social medias after she was arrested. He deleted it all.
Because he knew what was coming. He knew the fucking shitstorm.
I want to know what pictures he had that are more damning than the pictures she had.
Yeah. Because men take the most unflattering pictures, and I guarantee... Stop doing that, by the way. Oh.
Yeah. So, honestly, this is a very scratch-the-surface overview of Lakin because it is very much unfolding and everywhere. I honestly didn't really plan on doing a deep dive on her until I got to the end of this episode, like the end of writing this, and I was like, I'm going to need one of these one days because there's a lot more to this, and I just wanted to give you guys all the bullet points, so go watch everything out there. There's a lot out there on her. But I think I will be bringing you guys a longer episode in like a few months once we get more info on this.
Some more traction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we already have a lot, but like I had to condense this down for y'all. But I feel like this would be another one that we need to watch because we're waiting for her indictment to come back. You know, we have Alexi pending in the air. This is pending. I'm going to bring Nancy Grace up again. She asked a very big question about what is it that there is no justice for infants and babies who die? Is it because they don't care? Is it because it's easier to hand out the plea deal and to let them off than it is to fight and do this because it's so hard to determine cause of death? And she basically was like, do you guys just not care about these babies and getting justice for them?
I want to stress really quick, though. We're not talking about abortion. That we are not bringing up a political thing. We are talking about infants that were birthed.
And murdered. Allegedly.
Allegedly murdered, or possibly were stillborn and still hidden.
Yes. And the prosecutor that she had on there, I think he was a prosecutor, he worked in the court system, essentially agreed with her. Yeah. And said, yeah, honestly, they do just take the plea deal and get it off the table because at least it's kind of a conviction and because there isn't really anybody fighting most of the time for the justice side of the baby other than the people within the system. And it's just so hard to prove right out of it with no witnesses, no video. It's just so hard to prove the cause of death in an infant within minutes or hours of it being born without something big. Like I feel like with Skylar, if they would have had that baby sooner, they would have been able to tell so much more. But she did buy herself time to get off. That's exactly what she did.
She fucking did.
And yeah, it's wild. I'm actually impressed they got Lakin so quick. I cannot wait for more to come out about how and everything else.
I agree.
But yeah, but that's what I've got for you guys on the other two idiots that have formed a little branch of the Dumb Criminals Club.
It's all one branch.
Well, so we have like a dumb criminal club, but then we have chapters.
Yeah.
So they've created a dumb pregnant teen chapter.
Cheerleading.
Dumb cheerleading. Dumb pregnant cheerleader club.
Yes.
Because only one of them is technically... Well, but two of them were teenagers, technically. Lakin's really not.
They were all motherfucking adults.
Yes, but technically you're a teenager until you're 20.
You're still an adult.
I know, but they still like to call them teenagers.
Legally.
Yes.
And I'm fucking... If I could grow 10 more goddamn toes, I would stand 20 toes down on that. But for now,
together
I will draw
we can
10.
stand 20 toes down.
No, I
Done.
can't move.
So we hope that you guys are enraged. I hope your day goes way better than this.
Yeah. I have more.
You have more.
Yeah. We are going to move back to Skylar now. We just had to include these two in it. But now we need to ask the jury. Do you think Skylar was guilty, or do you think she's a victim?
Do you want my opinion?
We're getting to our opinions in a second, Jackie.
I just meant on that question.
We're coming to our opinions in a second, Jackie.
Sorry, I'm just heated.
What role did Scott and Kim's expectations play? If Annabell was stillborn, should Skylar have been punished more severely for concealing the birth and the burial? At the end of the day, this is a story with no clear resolution. A baby is gone, a young woman's life was shattered, and a community left divided.
Why do all of these episodes end the same way for this? Do better, justice system.
Here's generally when we talk about if we got justice or not.
We can't even ask that question today, guys. We can't.
I'm not going to lie to you. I know I'm upset. Obviously, I'm very upset, but I'm conflicted in this situation.
About what?
A couple of things. Oh, I need to leave that up. I still have more to talk about. The hell, Samantha? A couple of things. I'm conflicted in this. Not as bad. I think Skylar was dumb and naive. She's young, under the thumb of her fucking mother.
So very much in the Alexi category.
Correct. However, she was smart. She had the grades to prove it. I don't think she was that calculated to be a careless murderer, though. Careless? Yes. Murderer? No.
I think I said this during our Alexi episode, but like, girls who are raised like that.
Yeah.
I remember my thought process when I was a teenager was always, what if I die and then my dad finds out? Not what if I die? Or what if I do this and like I get arrested? It's what if I do this, my dad finds out and then I get arrested? Like the end all was never as bad as my dad finding out about it.
Yeah.
Like, that was,
I feel like,
to me, that was way worse than anything. And I feel like that's how Lexi was. It was, she took care of this and that was okay because as long as her mom didn't find out and she wasn't dealing with her mom, it was okay. Correct. I feel like Skylar's the same way.
Correct.
I can do this and everything's okay and this is fine and I can compartmentalize it as long as my parents don't find out. It didn't happen and it's okay.
So I will say also, because I told you her dad was talking the most during the interrogation part, she kept reaching for her mom and kept trying to talk to her mom. Because I mean, obviously she gave a shit her dad was there, but she kept reaching for her mom because she sat there so quiet.
Yeah, because her mom basically rejected her and all she wants is her mom's approval and everything. It's basically like, it equates to the same situation with Unknown Numbers, that mom and daughter dynamic. It's that very fucked up.
It is. It's
codependent relationship.
I think you should be a parent first. Then you can be friends with them. Like, my mother was always my parent. Like, obviously she was my friend. I went to her for everything. But she didn't put that in the way.
Because your mom had her own friends. These moms, their kids is the entire world, and if their kid doesn't need, like, they will do anything to make their kid have to need them all the time. With her, it's dangling that approval.
Or texting her from an unknown number telling her to kill herself.
And that's the other side of it. So we have the two extremes here.
She had friends, though.
Yes, but that one's different. But you know what I mean? Like, it's...
Y'all...
It is a codependency from the
is.
mom into the daughter that
Yeah.
creates this toxic situation for these kids to act like this.
Mean people create little mean people.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think Skylar actually killed the baby. I think she neglected her pregnancy. I believe even if the baby was healthy up to day of prom, and then she started to feel sick, if she was in labor for 48 fucking hours,
Which is a thing.
which is absolutely a thing, generally there's a problem.
Yeah, she would hit a point with a problem, and I could see with the cord being wrapped around. I could also see
There was no cord wrapped. That was confirmed by her.
Yeah, but she also
But
said
she
there
also said
was
there
no
was no
cord,
cord.
so we can't really...
It wasn't wrapped around the neck, though.
So I could say that I could see with it, one, the skull damage is because it somehow
Fell,
in delivery it fell or hit
Yeah.
something. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a given right there. I can see how that baby there with her. I can question whether that baby was alive or not. The eating disorder, the birth control pills, but her questionable statements about whether there was noises or not.
Regardless of if this baby was alive or not, she did not want that baby.
Yes.
The fact that hours after giving birth, she texted her mother, "Oh my God, my belly, look how cute I am." Fuck off.
Yeah. No, I agree with
That's
you on
where
all
it's
that.
not
Like,
okay.
whether she murdered the baby after it was born or did it before it was born,
Yeah.
is where I guess the argument does sit.
Yes.
And I don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
But that baby was not wanted.
No. That baby wasn't wanted. And
no.
What also bothers me that I did not include in here is Kim and Scott are like, we were grandparents and we didn't even know it. You're not even good parents. I'm just going to be real with you. Hopefully your son is okay.
Okay,
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Fuck.
I will say, if they genuinely did not know until that moment, they also have to go through all the emotions and all the grief of, like, what they could have.
Yes.
They were grandparents. They did not know. They could have been grandparents. Like, with her mom saying, teenagers get pregnant every day. And the dad being like, why didn't you tell us? This could have been different. I actually have no doubt in my mind that they would have supported her for this.
Absolutely.
Her mom probably would have suggested an abortion, I'm going to bet. But if she would have told them at a late enough time, or she even would have told them at that doctor's appointment that she was 8 months pregnant, her dad's reactions alone, I feel like they would have had a very different reaction. But that also could be because this is the situation we're dealing with now, so this is why we're acting this way, and we have that hindsight because it's already over and done, and that couldn't actually be how they did react. It's just a reaction now out of grief in the situation we're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
It really is. And, like, again, yes, I feel how I feel about the baby. Most likely was a stillborn. I genuinely believe that baby was not alive. It could have been confirmed in April.
It could have been. But her statements about not having to cut the umbilical cord, I believe, because it's not easy to do. But yeah, like, I don't know what to believe with her. With this one actually might be a stillborn.
It probably was. It's just she didn't give a fuck about this baby.
And
clearly,
that's the problem.
Before or after.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's one of the biggest parts that makes this case so controversial is the moral compass that it creates. Are you okay with it being a stillborn and her acting this way? Are you not okay with it? I'm clearly not fucking okay with it.
Because here's the deal. If it was a stillborn, why didn't she still call? It's already dead.
That's right.
That's where I'm at. Like, even, like, at this point, the situation is over with, and you aren't having, you know what I mean?
Yes. If you just birthed a stillborn baby in your bathroom, why wouldn't you go wake your mom? I guarantee your mama could have fucking hid that shit so good. But
no, it was hidden good. It was hidden well for 2 months. It was hidden until she was asked, where's the baby?
Because that dumbass went and told someone she has a fucking blabbermouth.
She just got asked. But I don't think she would have said anything had nobody asked the correct question. Like, had that doctor never asked her, where's your baby? She never would have. If he never would have said that.
Who knows how long she could have gotten away with this?
Yes.
If she was like, I need my birth control. Are you?
Yeah, if she never would have gone to that appointment with birth control, like...
Yeah. Who knows how long it could... She
But
would
good
have
on
been
that
off in
doctor
college.
for... Yeah.
She could have been off in college at the end of the day. I don't believe there's any... Like, I don't think there's justice.
No, there's no
I think
justice.
she should have been penalized harder.
At least done a year in jail. At least throw the max sentence at her and make her ass go to jail.
Make her stay on probation for the
She might have gained some
fucking
freaking
period.
weight.
We could honestly keep talking about this for a long time. I have so many opinions about them. We have.
We're sorry.
We are very sorry. This is such a long episode. We knew it was going to be.
But it's worth it.
I think we should stop.
We should stop.
We have a discussion post, guys. If you have opinions about this, please go post it.
Because we'll talk to you on there.
We do.
We do.
I try to respond to every comment unless it's
spammy and weird.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not. Or if you like send multiple comments back to back to back, which is fine. Please do that. I'm only going to respond to one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on each one. But with that being said, go to all of our socials, man. Go like and follow all of them.
Join in the discussions. All of our episodes are listed in there. Our merch is in there. All the pictures that we have.
Yes.
I've started to make the pictures all nice and cute and pretty with descriptions on them so you know what you're looking at.
Yes.
All
of the socials, do it. Leave us a review. It really helps us push our podcast out a little bit further so we can get more in the jury. Because that's something we want.
Yes.
We want the jury full of all of the people. That's what I wanted to fucking touch on. You saying, oh, the jury was majority women, so they would know everything.
I was hoping she wasn't going to come back to that. I hope she forgot about that. I was wrong. I was wrong, and apparently that wasn't the way we needed to go with that. I would have probably gotten kicked off that jury from laughing out loud during that trial. So apparently those women weren't like me. Do better.
Be better.
Mm-hmm. Also, while you're checking out our social media, go over to our website, check out our merch, free shipping as always. Who doesn't love some free shipping? Sure. And the holidays are coming up, guys. The holidays are coming up. Remember that. Just like
nice shit too.
Slide our merch collections into your husband's DMs, your boyfriend's DMs, and then they can get you stuff for Christmas. Our stuff ships pretty quick. Like I ordered on a Monday and I had it by a Thursday.
It's so fast.
Yeah, it's so quick. And the quality is phenomenal. We are impressed every time we see a piece of our merch. Mm-hmm.
Again, if there's something very specific you want on merch, like if you're like, oh, I really like this shirt, but I wish it was in like a different long sleeve or a tank top or a different color or something, we can do that.
Just let us know. We design it all.
Yeah. If there's something we said on a podcast that you're like, you know what? I also want that on a shirt. Tell us.
Yeah, and we'll make it.
We will. We'll make it.
We might even name it after you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But Tom's idea.
Tom.
I don't know if any of our listeners' names are Tom, but that's just the first name that came into my head. If you're Tom and you listen to us, let us know.
Please. We'll make a shirt for you.
Right? You might get a free shirt out of this because I don't know.
And then don't forget, we also have our live episode coming up on October 28th. It is a Tuesday. Obviously, it's in Colorado Springs. I'm sorry, friends.
Yes, it is going to be at Painting with a Twist, the East location, Powers and Constitution, 6:30 to 9:30. It is a DIY night, so you get to pick your project. They have so much different stuff. It is $30 for your ticket. That includes includes one free drink and $30 towards your project that you're going to do. You're definitely going to come. We are going to have some giveaways, and we have a super cool episode for you guys that even if you have heard of it, you will learn so many new things.
I want to stress really quick that she's reading the episode. I gave her this case, but I don't really know that much about it.
And turns out I knew this case really well. I just didn't recognize the name she gave it to me under. So I'm really excited for this.
And you get to see my reactions.
Live.
You
know how we've always said we'd never do a live show? Well, we lied. So here we are.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real
So
good
we hope
time.
to see you guys out there.
Yes.
We will have the link posted for that. We're going to have some promo stuff going out for it, and we're super excited.
There is also going to be limited seats, so make sure if you really want to come, you better get them tickets fast.
Yes.
And you have to be working on a project. You can't just come and hang out. Sorry, friends.
And
you can buy a project.
Yeah, come and hang out, participate. It's their thing. But depending on how many of you guys we have for this, and gauging on the interest, we might do something in another capacity where you don't have to do a project and you can just come and hang out and listen.
Yeah, pretty much. But that is all I personally have for you today.
We hope your day gets better now.
Anyway, that's all I personally have for you. Do you have anything further?
No, I already gave my 2 cents over there. Okay. Literally my 2 cents.
Literally. I'm going to say this again. If you're pregnant, please tell somebody.
And just or at least don't bury a baby in the backyard or in a trash can.
Or at least tell a doctor.
Just call 911.
Use some condoms.
Drop it off at a fire station. I don't know. Vasectomies?
Is that still a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Fire station things?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I know vasectomies are. That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, the newborn boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this, okay, if I remember to, I will share this on our social media. There's an adorable firefighter, and he gets so excited about his baby box, and he sends out Christmas cards every year for these babies, and he takes a picture. Okay, this is where it's so cute. He takes a picture when they're found with the whole fire department team, because he is a grandpa, and he said that he knows how important those pictures are from the beginning and how much those kids might want them one day, or that family might want it. And so he always makes sure he takes that picture to give to the family, and they make sure that they have blankets for all of them so they have something. Yeah, he's my favorite. But we will also have, that reminds me, hey, Jennifer, you're going to make a tab about baby boxes at firehouses for our website. I didn't tell you about it, but now you're hearing about it, and I probably won't tell you about it before you hear this episode, so here it is. But we will have more information about that on our socials, and my sister's going to put that on our website.
I'm not going to tell you just for the sake of you finding out now. Anyway, this has been a long one, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and sticking through this one and all of our emotions.
It's been a while since we've had an episode like this. But y'all have been here for a while, you understand.
These ones always get me motherfucking hyped. They get me, All
right. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good one. We'll see you guys next week with our October.
It's going to be spooky.
It's going to be amazing. Anyway, have a lovely day. We'll see you guys next week. Stop killing babies. Love you. Okay, bye.
Bye.